Hi, we're going to run through some of the extended features and some of the customization options available in PDR Quote version 2.1. If we go into PDR Quote, we will see the new button up the top here. This will allow us to go in and shop for additional upgrades. We'll run through that a little bit later on. Some of the other things that we've added is when you come into vehicle types, you can actually now select what type of vehicle it is. That will also show up on the final quotations and invoices. So if you choose MDX, then obviously it's a 4x4. This is especially helpful when quoting for hail, and insurance companies like to know whether it's a larger roof or smaller, etc. What else have we added here? Also, what we've added is a job number. So you can now put a job number in as well as a VIN number or any other sort of number. It just gives you another option there to add to. We just found it a little bit useful. Some insurance companies are requiring VIN numbers, but you also need a job number to be able to link it back to a panel shop or some other shop that you're working for. Insurance companies. Now, we've done a lot of work on the insurance companies. What I've done is, first of all, in excess, we've added a customer contribution. This will come off the final price. Also, it'll have all the taxes worked out, etc. And when you come into company now, you can see that there's been a little bit of a visual change here with the company details. But there's a lot going on behind the scenes here. What they're actually doing now is all these insurance companies, you can actually edit them, and you can come into a separate field and you can give them their insurance code used. This is especially useful if you're emailing quotes in and you need to add the insurance company code. Also, you can add what sort of system they've used. We've added some here from Australia. ABN number or tax file numbers, repairer IDs, and any notes that you need to add in quite easily. Just to add some notes there to each insurance company, and you can, of course, you can add one and delete whatever you want. Obviously, no one's going to have all those insurance companies in other parts of the world, so you can add your own insurance companies and set it up as you like. Now, we come into the remove and replace. We've added a little bit to parts. Now you can actually come into parts, you can put your part in, whatever it may be, and you can actually choose your price. This was as you could do in the last one, but you can go across and you can put a part number in, and you can also add a quantity. So let's say there was 3 of these, then obviously all the prices change accordingly. So you've got 3 times 60 is 180. Alright, so that adds a little bit more to the parts section. But the main upgrade in this version has been customization. I've been getting a lot of requests about different languages and different terms. I could write several different applications for different parts of the world, but look, at the end of the day, I think it'd be best if you just set it up the way you want to set it up. So I've opened it up so that you can now, you've probably seen this in the last version, you can change all the left panel names from whatever you want. So right quarter you could change to left rear quarter, or whatever you want to do in that aspect. You can change it to whatever you need, but also all common labels. So now every single common label that's on the final form, including the word tax invoice, the word quote, ID number can be changed to license plate number, or registration can be changed to license plate number, sorry. ID could be job number, whatever you want. There is another job number field down the bottom. So all these, or you can change them to your own language. So whatever they may be in your own language, you can change those. And it's just as simple as just coming in there. The original label was colour. You can change it to whatever you want. I've left that up there as standard, just so that if you want to convert back or you make some problems, you can quite easily see what you've done and find your way back. So you can change all those, and they will show up on the actual final form. So if we come in here and we'll choose a new quote, and we come through and create save and print, it now asks to put our phone settings in, at least the company details. So we have to come into the settings value, we find PDR quote, we've got to at least put our company details in. And the reason being is because the actual form now is actually it's saving a little differently. I'm working towards making it all go towards a database which will be available sometime later this year. So that should be a pretty big upgrade, and then you'll be able to search for things and yeah, lots of other cool stuff. But I'll tell you about that as we go. But all these forms here, so ID number, job number, claim number, rego, all that is all customizable. Every form, everything on this page is. So if you want that to be in your own language or named as something else, I know that some people don't write tax invoice, they just write invoice. That's fine. All that is customizable. Technician, the only thing that's not customizable is our little copyright signature down the bottom, but all these other forms are. So you can change that to whatever you like and however it reads in your own language. Okay, now another cool little customization feature we've done is we have added a logo. So you can add your company logo. So you can come in here to this screen and it says add your company logo. There's a little bit of information up here to help you determine how to do these things, how to add the pictures to your iPhone, how to get your best results for a right logo or middle logo, and how to add logo to your invoices. You can read through that. It's very simple. Just choose a photo, come into your photos. Let's say you're going to choose, let's say this one. Okay, so DentBiz. You're going to come back here, logo position. You can choose the right hand side or the middle. Let's choose middle for this one. And we can also, then when we come into our final quote, you won't see it on this page because this is just a standard page, but when we save it and go into our documents folder on the PDF form, you will see that now it has got your company logo imprinted in the middle. Obviously the right hand side one is over here on the right and all the wording is pushed across, so you can change that to whatever you like. Now also, if we come into here, back into additional setup, we can add a watermark feature. Now what a watermark is, I'll probably be easier if I just show you. I've got a selection of cars here, so you can choose what you like. Let's say you want to add a Mustang as a watermark feature. So you click Mustang, it's all done, come through, finish the quote, save and print. And now when we look at the quote, you'll see an outline of a Mustang. I hope that shows up in the video, but there's a little Mustang in there, and that will be watermarked against your invoices. So that will send as part of your invoice. It just helps to customize the screen a little bit more and your final invoices to make it look a little bit prettier and yeah, and do what you want with it. As you could probably tell when I went in there, I'm not sure whether you've seen that, but there is a lot of cars in there. I think I've got about 20 in there. So you can choose whatever you like, and it's quite simple. Just you want to change that from Mustang to, let's say, a Lamborghini. Come in here and finish our quote. Next quote you do, it'll save against that. So the same invoice has now got a Lamborghini imprinted as a watermark feature. That won't be too heavy as to black out any of the writing. You can of course choose not to save that, or not to even show it on your final invoices, whatever you choose. The reason obviously that you wouldn't want to show something like that is because of printing. It does use a little bit more printer, and the file is a little larger. So we're up from around about 7 kilobytes to around about 35, 40 kilobytes per page, which is not a lot, but it is a little bit more that you have to email and print. Okay, so what else have we done for customization? Alright, so we've added also to the notes page, where before this was remove the screen. We can now, when you've done an error, you can just quite simply just clear the screen. Nice little animation will tear that away. It's not much, but it adds to a little bit of wow factor, and that's what we want, isn't it? So okay, so for this thing here, we've done all our customization. and we shall see you next time, where I'll be talking about ARNI systems. So mainly for the Australian and New Zealand tax, but anyone can have a listen to it. It's quite interesting. So I'll see you then.